best and brightest local high school teams compete in a tournament of knowledge for a trip to Europe on this year's hottest game show, Bay Area Quiz Kids. Brought to you by AT&T, Oracle, the San Mateo Credit Union, Samtrans, and Fisher Investments. And now, the best host on the West Coast, Brad Friedman.
Thank you very much, and welcome to Quiz Kids. One slot remains in our Elite Eight. Two teams remain on our stage. Only one will go forward as we begin our quarterfinal rounds next week with our top 8 teams. But both these teams have a good shot at it. Let's meet them now. Over here we have the Mills High School Vikings. And over here we have the Sequoia High School Ravens. You teams ready to play? Let's start with the collaboration round. I've got big cards today, and each one of them contains 10-point questions that I will ask your team. You will have a few seconds to collaborate, and then I will ask your captain, Todd or Jack, to give me the answer you think is correct. If you do that, you will score the 10 points. Otherwise, the other team will be allowed to collaborate and possibly steal those points away from you. We'll go back and forth till the buzzer signals the end of that first round. Good luck to both teams. Mills, you get the first question. He placed 33rd on a 2003 list of the 100 worst Britons. I don't mean to be rude, but is the deliberately insincere catchphrase of what American Idol talent judge?
Simon Cowell.
That's right, for 10 points. This Roman structure's base covers an area of about 6 acres and was built under the reign of Vespasian. What is this structure which stands where there used to be a large lake and is named for the giant statue of Nero that stood there?
The Colossus of Rome?
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. You can steal.
Colosseum.
That's it for 10 points. This was the first time that a musical ever began like this. Instead of a bevy of chorus girls, a lone cowboy appeared on the stage and sang, "Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day." What is the show this song is from?
Oklahoma.
That is right for 10 points. It begins with 2 Indian actors falling 5 miles out of an airplane and both miraculously surviving. Name this 1988 novel whose publication inspired the Ayatollah Khomeini to put out death threats against its author, Salman Rushdie.
Geronimo?
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. You can steal.
The Satanic Verses.
That's it for 10 points. David Ben-Gurion called her the only man in the cabinet. Who launched Operation Wrath of God, whose events were portrayed in the film Munich? Who was this first and only female prime minister of Israel?
You were just telling me. No, I don't remember this one. Goren.
Don't know it? You can steal. Golda Meir. Ravens, what Division 1A sports conference boasted the top 3 women's college basketball teams in America in 2007 when Maryland, Duke, and North Carolina held the top spots in the AP poll?
Pac-10?
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. You can steal.
ACC.
That is it, the Atlantic Coast Conference. In naming this body, its organizers sought to harken back to medieval England to draw power from the municipal rights of freemen and the independence of the bourgeoisie. Evolving over time into the General Assembly, what body first met in 1619 in Virginia, the first elected legislative body in the New World?
First Continental Congress. Okay. First Continental Congress.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. You can steal. Sequoia.
The Freemasons?
The House of Burgesses. It nearly led to war between the U.S. and France in the late 1790s when 3 French agents demanded both loans and bribes from American agents to stop the French seizing of American ships. Identify this affair, named for the secret identities of the 3 French agents.
The XYZ affair?
You got it for 10 points. That is the end of the round. 10 points for Sequoia, 50 points for Mills. We'll return and chat with our players after these words. Welcome back. The Elite Eight, the Final Four, and our big championship match. Only 7 more matches await us in this season. And if you would like to be part of the excitement of what's sure to be a fun game, call us at 650-637-1936 and come down and see us once or twice. We say hello to Todd Guerin, captain of the Mills Vikings. And Todd, science fiction is one of those genres of literature that sometimes really hits us because it's talking about something that means something to us even under fictional guise. You read a book you said you enjoyed.
I finished a book this morning called Babel 17 by Samuel Delaney. It was all about how language influences how we think and how we act, such as if I didn't know the word I wouldn't be saying what I'm saying. And I wouldn't know how to think about it. Think about things in terms of me and
the
what
whole
I
concept of ego and yourself.
Yeah.
True.
And it was really.
Of course, the word I could be replaced in another language by donut. We could be a completely different kind of
the concept doesn't exist. What are you going to do?
Yeah, exactly. Well, so you recommend the book?
I do.
Good. Joseph Lee, you spent the summer at an internship at Kaiser Hospital. What was that?
Well, I was actually interning in the physical therapy department, and I got to work with physical therapists there. And they had a gym there, actually, which they left open to their members. And they came in every day. And there's one guy, for the 8 weeks I worked there, he came in every day. He was there every day for about 3-4 hours, and I was like,
Was he making himself better? He just liked to work out?
Yeah, he had a stroke.
Well, good for him. It shows the kind of endurance that we're willing to put up with to get better.
Yeah.
Good for you. You want to be in medicine?
Yeah, definitely.
Good for you. I hope he inspired you. Carl Lowen, you work with the robotics team at Mills, and you do computer animation.
Yes, Donut do. I mean, I do. Yeah, what we're working on right now is we're making a computer animation that has to illustrate how robotics can be sort of environmentally friendly to a degree. And so we plan on making a cityscape that borders on epic with massive moving glass panes, and it's the kind of place you should hope to live in 50 years.
Wow, Donut think that's very interesting.
You're a good one, sir.
Good for croissant. Let's give a big hand to your coach, Chris Stallings. Sequoia Ravens, Jack Kastrop. This is wrestling season, and you are on the wrestling team.
Yes.
Sequoia's got a good team this year, you say?
Yes, they do. Yeah,
Okay.
We won our first 2 matches, and we're looking to go undefeated, but we've got a lot of tough competition going up.
What's the biggest guy you've ever had to wrestle?
Well, since we're divided by weight class, I haven't had
It doesn't make it
really huge guys.
It's a dumb question, never mind.
I've seen some really frighteningly big people.
Frighteningly big people from the stands where you're watching because you're in another class.
Oh, yeah.
Good for you. Well, good luck with people your own size.
Thank you.
Nick Buckley.
Yep.
You've been disturbed for many years that Sequoia has not had a serious pole vaulting team, and you decided after last year's silliness, you're going to make it a serious team.
Yeah, this year our team's bigger than ever this year, and we're going to try and make it into a real competitive team.
How are you going to get your team to get a leg up on the other pole vaulting teams?
We might take classes outside of school with a really competitive pole vaulter to see if we can ramp ourselves up a little bit.
Well, I hope that works for you. Good luck to your group.
Thank you.
Jillian Collins, you like The Daily Show.
Yeah.
I don't think Jon Stewart's any cuter than I am, or funnier.
Yeah, he is.
And she just snickers. What else do you want to say, Jillian? You say you want to be on the show someday.
Yeah.
As a commentator or a victim?
Commentator.
A commentator.
I'd be-
I see you more as a victim right now, Jillian. All right, let's give a big hand to your coach, Bonnie Hanson, standing in for Laura Larkin. And would you say hello to our own version of Stephen Colbert, our judge, Frank Saboti. We will be right back with Saboti Report, and Donut think you'll like it.
If you live on the peninsula, there's only one place to get the latest news on business, sports, politics, education, and your community. Peninsula TV, Channel 26, the Peninsula and South Bay's Emmy Award-winning programming resource. For more information or for a programming schedule, go to pentv.tv or call us at 650-637-1936. Peninsula TV, your community programming channel.
It's time for the lightning round. The point value stays the same in this round, but you play it a little differently with those little black boxes in front of you. The first person to buzz in when they hear the question will get to answer for her or his team. Give me the right answer, score 10 points. If not, the other team will be allowed to collaborate and possibly steal the points away. If you do buzz in before I complete the question, I warn you, you will have to answer with the information you've heard so far. If you do not give me the correct answer, I will finish the question for the other team before they collaborate. The score is 50-10. Good luck to both teams. Here's your first question. They have won La Liga 29 times and have been European champions a record 9 times. What European soccer team benched David Beckham in 2007? Yes, Jillian.
Real Madrid?
That is right. It is named for the New York City attorney who in 1885 visited the nearby area and innocently asked its name. Identify this Midwest mountain, most famous today for its Gutzon Borglum sculpture of 4 U.S. Yes, Carl.
Mount Rushmore.
Correct. The number of oxygen atoms in a phosphate ion. The number of hydrogen. Yes, Jack.
4.
Correct. Nick Carter, Philip Marlowe, Mike Hammer, and Sam Spade all held what profession in a popular genre of American novels? Carl.
Detective?
That's right, buddy. After the Civil War, Southern states were readmitted to the Union only after they ratified which constitutional... Yes, Jack.
The 13th?
That is not correct. Which constitutional amendment? The second of the Reconstruction Amendments that defines American citizenship and extends civil rights to all Americans.
15th.
14th. After Air Force First Lieutenant Michael Blasey was identified, he was removed from it and returned to his family. Name this location dedicated to unidentified Yes, Todd.
Area 51.
No, I'm sorry. Dedicated to unidentified people. Got a little science fiction on the brain, don't we, Todd?
The Tomb of the Unknown Soldier?
That is right, or the Tomb of the Unknowns. Recently, this man's father, who is also an Emmy winner, has had roles in Cold Mountain, The Italian Job, and as the patriarch in 2005's Pride and Prejudice. Name the actor who won a 2006 Primetime Emmy Award for his role as Jack Bauer on the Yes, Jillian.
Keith Sutherland?
That's right, my buddy. His accessories include a round cap with wings, a staff with 2 snakes wrapped around it, a pouch, and winged sandals. Nick? Yes, Nick.
Mercury?
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Name this Greek trickster god.
Hermes.
That's correct. This four-letter name first came into existence in 1921 when Charles Howard Bury led the Everest Reconnaissance Expedition and noticed large footprints in the snow. Yes, Jillian.
Yeti.
You're right. Gambling usually increases it, and insurance is an investment that decreases it. What is this term? Yes, Todd.
Risk.
Right. What Impressionist artist's works include one called Rehearsal Studio that pictures the ballet dancers he... Yes, Todd.
Matisse.
No, I'm sorry. That pictures the ballet dancers he loved to paint.
Degas?
That's right, Edgar Degas. Adaptations of her story include The Flies by Jean-Paul Sartre and a play by Eugene O'Neill based on her character as described by Aeschylus. What title character of a Richard Strauss opera celebrates? Yes, Todd.
Electra.
Correct. The only president whose native language was not English. Jillian.
Martin Van Buren?
You're correct. In 1915, the Lost Men of the Ross Sea Party began traveling more than 1,500 miles to support the planned expedition of Sir Ernest Shackleton across what? Yes, Todd.
South Pole.
No, I'm sorry. Across what very large and very cold continent?
Antarctica?
You're right. What device used by doctors and nurses for auscultation literally translates from Greek as chest examination? Jack.
Stethoscope?
Correct. Name the American swimmer who at the Beijing Olympics will try to do even better than the 6 gold medals he won. Yes, Jack.
Ian Thorpe.
I'm sorry. Than the 6 gold medals he won in Athens.
Phelps.
Michael Phelps is right. We have less than a minute. In the U.S. commercial FM radio broadcasts, in the U.S., commercial FM radio broadcasts are confined to certain frequencies by the Federal Communications Commission. Identify to the nearest whole megahertz any single frequency in the FM band. Nick.
105.3.
I am sorry, I cannot give you that answer. You can steal.
100 kilohertz.
I can accept that. Yes, we were looking for a whole number, rounded up to the whole number. 88 through 108 works. Colloquially, this 2-word term is used as an alternative for quorum. In physics, what is the minimum amount needed of a radioactive substance that will allow a chain reaction to continue? Carl.
Critical mass.
You're right. Kakab, Gantar, Sayer, and Medjool are among the many species of what fruit that is still the most exported from Iraq, even though many of the palm trees that produce them have been destroyed? Jillian.
Coconuts?
No, I'm sorry. You can steal.
Pineapples?
Dates.
Oh.
2 broken jaws and a broken nose were among the injuries suffered in a 2006 motorcycle accident by what NFL? Yes, Jack.
Ben Roethlisberger.
That is correct. That is the end of the rounds. Look at the score. 130 for Mills, 110 for Sequoia. Close game. Point values are going to double in a minute. They could catch up and overtake them. Let's see what happens when we return. Let's play the Extreme Lightning Round. Point values are doubled. Play stays the same, only 20 points divide you, so it's a close game. Good luck to both teams. Origins of this character might be from a carving on a church in the village of Croft-on-Tees in northeast England. Who is this character from Alice in Wonderland who disappears until nothing? Jack.
The Cheshire Cat.
There we are, we're tied. In English legend, it is a village where the expectation of a visit from King John led to a massive bout of silliness. In English legend, it is a village where the expectation of a visit from King John led to a massive bout of silliness. Washington Irving used it as a nickname for Manhattan. Give this name for the home city of Batman. Todd.
Gotham.
Right. He was deposed as governor of Australia's New South Wales in 1805, 16 years after he and some of his crew were the victims of mutiny on a ship. Name this. Yes, Jillian.
Captain Bligh?
That's right. In which Shakespeare play does the Duke proclaim a 1,000-mark fine against any man from Syracuse who visits? Yes, Jack.
Romeo and Juliet?
I'm sorry. Who visits Ephesus?
The Merchant of Venice.
That is a comedy of errors. Oh. Its fine-grained form is known as alabaster, and it is a raw material in... Yes, Jack.
Plaster?
No. Is a raw material in plaster of Paris. Name this type of calcium sulfate with a hardness of 2 on the Mohs scale, just slightly harder than talc.
Concrete.
Gypsum. Eunice won the 2006 Nobel Peace Prize for his work in helping thousands escape poverty. Give the common... Yes, Todd.
Microlending.
Can I accept that? I can. Microlending or microcredit. In 1989, it was observed for the first time by spacecraft when Voyager 2 flew within 5,000 kilometers of its North Pole and discovered 6 previously unknown moons. Name this planet whose 2 previously known moons were Nereid and Triton. Yes, Nick.
Saturn.
No, I'm sorry.
Neptune.
That's right. Lavender, bamboo, chilled grapefruit, oak moss, and pepper are among the ingredients in the new perfume Driven, created by what star shortstop of the New York Yankees? Yes, Jack.
Derek Jeter.
Correct. He measures out his life with coffee spoons, wonders if he dares to eat a peach, and twice mentions the women who come and go, talking of Michelangelo. Name this title character of the T.S. Eliot poem that begins, "Let us go then, you and I." J. Alfred Prufrock. Other flavors include Baja Blast, Pitch Black, yes,
Mountain Dew.
That's right. Sometimes called the skunk bear for its appearance, it can kill animals several times its own size and loves reindeer and caribou. Name this member of the weasel family that is also the yes, Jack.
Ferret?
Nope. Also the mascot of the University of Michigan.
Badger?
No, the wolverine. Though he won his election by about 250,000 votes, he took office in 2006 only after a long, drawn-out process and repeated street protests by his opponent. Yes, Todd.
Viktor Yushchenko?
No, I'm sorry. Name this new president of Mexico who replaced Vicente Fox. Felipe Calderon. What material found in the human body exists in a yellow type that does not make red blood cells and in a red type that does? Yes, Joseph.
Bile?
Nope. No. You can steal.
Marrow?
That's right, bone marrow. The term arose in Scotland in the 1640s from a word the country folk would shout to urge on their horses. What party in America collapsed after the Kansas-Nebraska... Yes, Jack.
Whig?
Correct. Based on a true story about a California girl who lived alone for 18 years, it tells of... Yes, Jillian.
Island of the Blue Dolphins?
You got it. 1 minute to go. It cost 3 billion francs but was rendered worthless in 1940 when Germany attacked... Yes, Todd.
Maginal line.
Right. It contains paralymph fluid that vibrates when it receives sound energy. Name the structure of your inner ear, named from the Latin for seashell. Yes, Nick.
Eardrum?
No, I'm sorry. That converts sound energy into neural impulses.
The semi-lunar canals?
No, I'm sorry. We're looking for the cochlea. Her name was Lola. What singer's Las Vegas show called Music and Passion includes this classic song about a showgirl at the Copacabana? Barry Manilow. In the famous story set called The Decameron, what specifically are the people in the story trying to hide from? The bubonic plague. The December 2006 brawl between the Denver Nuggets and the New York Knicks resulted in a 15-game suspension for what Nugget star? Joseph.
Carmelo Anthony.
That is right. What acute infectious disease shares its name with a heavy metal band featuring guitarist Scott Ian?
Anthrax.
That's correct. In geology, one eon covers several eras, and one era covers several periods. What smaller divisions are periods divided into that? Yes, Nick.
Millennia?
No, I'm sorry. That include the Pleistocene and the Holocene, the one we live in now.
Epoch.
Epic is right. That's the end of the game. 2:30 here with 290 Mills is our final in the Elite Eight. Thank you, gentlemen, and Jillian for playing. You played very well. And you guys, you did a great job. We'll see you in a few weeks. Join us when we begin our Elite Eight matches next week. Till then, Brad Freeman saying bye-bye. Have fun.
The following underwriters helped to make this program possible: AT&T, Oracle, the San Mateo Credit Union, Samtrans, and Fisher Investments. Tournament champions will win an all-expense-paid trip to Europe, courtesy of ACIS. Additional support provided by these Bay Area newspapers: the Burlingame Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, the Knights Templar, and National Academic Quiz Tournaments.